My name is Alan Cox. You just heard it, but I'll say it again. Why not? Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
I heard Mary Santora, but I don't know if she can hear us. I don't... She's got an engineer on her end. I just heard her. For some reason, I don't think she hears us. Poundcake's back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
You can hear me.
I can.
Very exciting. Stumbling her way through the traffic. And,
She was screaming.
yeah.
Screaming.
Well, on those...
They got a lot more traffic out there in L.A.
She's she's on a station out there that a friend of mine works for, and do we
Hello?
hear, hey, do you hear us now?
Hey, I hear you now. Yes, I don't know what the issue was.
I don't either, but welcome.
We're here.
There's
We
Mary,
made it.
Los Angeles. I was just talking about how I was able to hear the girl who was using that studio before you.
Yeah.
And boy, was she excited about the traffic and the weather
We got
and
it.
all of it. Yeah, all taken care of out there now.
No worries. Thank you.
Somebody just had to push a button.
Yeah. He just came in. He just came in very, very frantic. But
Frantic because we couldn't hear you? Or he's probably got other things going on.
I'm sure he's doing 100 things. Like, yeah, he's the in-house guy. You know?
Yeah, but you said they have a team of engineers
Well, I've only met
at
this
iHeart
guy.
Los Angeles. I see.
I would assume they have more than one, or maybe he is the only one.
I
and
would
he's-
certainly assume that they have more than one. They've got...
he's-
Mary,
they've
do
got-
you have your camera?
I'm getting it. Relax.
They've got KISS out there. They've got My FM, station a buddy of mine works at. Another friend of mine works over at Alt 98.7. That's an iHeart station. They got a bunch of stations out there.
Yeah. Okay.
They should
We're-
have a
we're
team of
figuring it out.
engineers.
Yeah.
They've got...
There she is.
what else do they have? They've got The Coast,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
The Ellen K Morning Show. They've
Yes.
got... They got a bunch of
They
talk
got the
stations
lake,
out
though?
there.
Do they have BIN?
Nope. They do. No, they have Real. You know how we have Real?
We have real, yeah.
They have a Real. It used to be, oh, God, what was it? Big Boy's out there. It's Real 92.3, but it used to be, what was it, Poundcake, back in the day? What was Big Boy on?
It was Power something.
Yeah, maybe. Right.
Like for some reason, we only get like two names. It's either like Power or Real something. So I think it was like Power 105 or
Well, no, it was 92, whatever it was, because 30 years ago when I was out there, I did some work for 92.3 back then, and it was called Party. It was Party 92. So who cares? Whatever. That's one of our...
Party.
Party 92.3 Los Angeles.
Get the
baby.
party started any time.
There was there was a morning show called, when I was out there, called John London's House Party, and it was an urban station, a hip-hop station, right? So a mostly black audience, and this long-running show there was John London and the House Party, and he was the whitest dude you'd ever met, but people loved him. He had done that morning show for 30 years out there, and then they got Big Boy back in the day, and, you know, it was KKBT when I was out there. It was 92.3 The Beat.
Oh,
is
the
what it
beat.
was.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
The
Yeah,
Beat.
they have that too. Yep.
It was an earlier incarnation of this company, but it was John London and the House Party. And he did really well out there up against guys like Rick Dees and Mark and Brian were like the big rock show out there for a long, long time. And, of course, John London wasn't his real name, and he died 20 years ago.
Yeah, his fan shot him, right? John London outside of his apartment.
You're thinking of John Lennon, Mary.
Oh.
John Lennon, who, of course, was in a very, very popular band called Poundcake?
The Beatles.
The Beatles. Correct. Indeed. That's right. Anyway, it's all good. I was reading this morning a fantastic article. You know, science marches on. And I get so excited when I read about things that they always say they're just around the corner, right? Oh, the de-aging pill, just around the corner. Just around the corner in medical terms is much like when they say, there's a meteor that's going to swoop by the Earth, you know, in astrology.
It's gonna be 2 light years away.
That's
And they're
right.
like, that's one of the closest
super
ever.
close, right. In astronomy terms, that's really close. So when they say this thing is right around the corner for people, I was reading about how we still have the gene in our body. It's just a muted gene, but we still carry the gene for full body hair.
Ugh.
We still have the gene for a full coat of
monkey.
Neanderthal body hair.
Ugh.
Well, but this could be a boon. Could we use something like, CRISPR, where you can gene edit? They've mapped the whole genome. Is there a situation which they could maybe unlock this for people who live in colder climates? Climate change will spare no one. Whether your part of the world gets really, really hot or your part of the world gets really, really cold. What if you could unlock the body fur gene? I don't even know what it's called. Ain't nobody got time for that. But what if we could unlock it? Wouldn't you want
It's
a
called
full...
the Dalian.
The full... That's what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
The full...
Italian gene.
The full body fur? It'd be great. Can you imagine that? Think of the money you'd save on coats.
You'd
And
be so
underwear.
sweaty though.
Not if
Like,
you were living
so
in some
sweaty
like
all the time.
you're living
It'd be
in
gross.
somewhere really cold. I don't mean if you're living in Zimbabwe, you unlock this gene, but I mean, we have less body hair than most mammals because it helps us with heat tolerance, right? There are places around the world that get really, really hot, and millions of years ago, the way that we were able to eat is because we were running animals into the ground because we could shed our heat pretty quickly. So we could keep running. They couldn't keep running. They would eventually overheat. And so that's how we were able to kill animals that otherwise would have been way too difficult because we were able to navigate our body heat, whereas an animal covered in fur cannot. They would just run until they passed out or died of heat exhaustion. Whereas, you've heard people talk about, can a person outrun a horse? Technically, yes, a person can outrun a horse. It's just that you start to do it after that horse gets exhaustion from the heat. So you'd have to run
It takes a very
long time. I don't know what the boiling point of a horse is. Do we know the boiling point of a horse?
8 degrees Celsius.
8 Celsius.
That seems low.
Wow.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't know anything about the boiling point of horses, but all I'm saying is if you have to...
I know what song we play, though, once they start boiling.
What do we play?
Oh, Goodbye Horses.
Goodbye Horses. There you go.
Q Lazarus.
Yeah. No, that's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's
I know.
not hot, but
No.
Mary's right, to a horse,
Pretty hot.
that's
pretty hot
pretty
horse.
hot, You got to get high on your horse, hot on your horse. So somebody tell me somebody in our audience, people far smarter than I am, somebody will tell me the boiling point of a horse. But in the meantime, if we could unlock this full body fur, people are discovering new kinks all the time. Full body fur gene. Let's get the CRISPR people on that, and because it's still in us. It just needs to be unleashed to its full potential. Could greatly benefit the Inuit, for starters. I don't know. Something to think about. I got to take a break. I got money to give you. We're going to put somebody on Bill's Polar Blast team later on, Big Billy's Bottom Boys. You thought that this show was going downhill. Literally, next week at Boston Mills Brandywine. We're going to do it, and we're going to put somebody on Bill's team later on. So 2:30, listen for that next keyword to go fun to yourself. If you want to text for anything, 35192, and we'll be back.
This is the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free